Hello, Eva Dietz, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I recommend that you subscribe so you can see more YouTubes. I'm getting back on the wagon to make tons with some cards that I've been creating. And today we're going to make some easy, what we call SIP cards, stamp, ink, and paper, with this Saying Hey stamp set. I love how big that hey is right there, and we're going to use it on our cards. Now, you're going to need to gather 5.5 by 8.5 card bases, scoring them at 4 1/4. I've got 4 ready to go here in 4 different colors. I've got shaded spruce, blueberry bushel, berry burst, there we go, and blackberry bliss, one of my all-time favorite colors. Okay, so you've got card bases now. In addition to that, we'll be using pieces from the Full of Life Designer Series paper. It's a 6x6 paper stack, and I've cut them in half at 3 inches, and then I had to cut them down because, of course, the card was 5.5 and I needed it to be less than that. So we'll be making a total of 4 cards, and I'm also using some retired Designer Series paper, but every year, every 2 years, Stampin' Up comes out with new with new 6x6 packs of Designer Series paper in the Regals, Brights, Subtles, and Neutrals. And so, like any good demonstrator, I've got tons left over, so I'm just using that, but you can substitute whatever you have. And that piece of these little pieces are 3 inches by 1.5. And I forgot to say that this is actually 3 inches by 5 and, oh gosh, what was it? 5 and 1/8, 5 1/8. And then you're also going to need a piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 3 1/8, because we're going to have a 1/16 inch margin all the way around once we get gluing these. And I'm going to be using the Tombow liquid adhesive, and we'll go ahead and glue all these sections together, and then we'll decide which way we want to put them. And that's the fun part of working with stamps, ink, and paper, is you can change things up between each card, make each one unique, or you can make them all the same. It's up to you. So just try to get your 1/16 inch pretty good there. Okay, that looks all right. Next one. The Full of Life Designer Series paper is so colorful. You're going to want to add it to your collection. It's super fun. Kind of a color wheel. I mean, there's every color that Stampin' Up has, it seems like, on this paper. And it's just fun, fun, fun. Next comes the Berry Burst piece here. Now, I didn't say, but these cards will all be vertical in orientation. I experimented with them being landscape, but decided I liked them vertical better because this particular pattern kind of reminds you of rays of the sun. And so it's like, I guess I could have made it a sunset or something, but nah, I wanted them to be portrait, to go vertical. So, okay, we've got these now. Now here's where the fun comes in, because you can experiment with where you want your little piece of, I always call it DSP. So you can have it on the side, left side. You can have it on the right side. Turn the whole piece around if you want. We're going to be using basic white circles that I've punched out with the 2 3/8 inch punch, and you can decide where you want those to go. Do you want it to be lower or hang off the paper even? However you want. I think for today I'm going to do 2 that are this direction and 2 that are the opposite direction. So let me get gluing. I glued these little 1.5 by 3 inch pieces first. So that way they can tuck under the larger piece of the Full of Life designer paper. And you try to get them basically centered, and they are flush with the edge of the card as best you can. And you're aiming for a 1/8 of an inch border on the 3 sides. Okay. So there's one. Berry burst one's coming next. I'm going to do that opposite. So this little scrap will be on the fold. Try to hit the middle again if you can. And don't forget, I will put all the supplies for these cards, except that retired paper, but I'll provide the measurements and the rest of the supplies in the section below. And I'll have a link to subscribe to my newsletter, as well as some of my social media. I'd love to have you follow me on the different channels that I'm a part of. Oops, green goes with green. Here we go. Okay, I decided to use the Azure Afternoon to contrast with the Blueberry Bushel paper. I just thought it looked a little prettier to my eye. But you can put together a lot of cards quickly when you're only using stamp inks and paper. I am going to use a few embellishments at the end, but basically it's just creating layers, and then our tag layer is going to be the layer that we raise up. And sorry about the crooked camera there for a minute. I didn't notice it. My setup that I'm using today is the first time I've put it in this arrangement, and it's given me a few little fits. But I appreciate your understanding, and we'll just move right along. And I'll try not to bump this and make it go crooked again. Okay, so there. So we've got 2 with the left, 2 with the right. And now we'll work on our tags. And I'm just going to use the Hey stamp from that Saying Hey set. I'll stamp them in each of the colors of the cards. And to clean my stamp, I have a very well-loved Simply Chamois in a baggie that I just squirt with a bottle from the Dollar Tree full of water. So they dry out. That way my chamois don't get moldy or stinky or anything. But it makes it real easy to keep them handy and within reach for me. So here goes the first Hey, which is off the screen and you can't see it. There it is. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to clean that real quick. And next one will be the Berry Burst. The next one will be Berry Burst. Here we go with that one. I always like to hold my stamps down for 1, 2, 3 seconds so that you can make sure they're well inked. And if you ever get any little spots on your spots of uninked area, that's why it's nice to have the Stampin' Right markers. That way you can just fill those little dots in real quick and not worry about having to waste some paper and do more. Okay, here comes the Shaded Spruce. Okay, followed up by the Berry Bushel. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be yours. I've been a demonstrator for about 13 and a half years now, and I know a lot of tricks. I can help you learn your card making skills and improve them. And I also host a VIP group on Facebook, and that's a small group right now, but it's growing, and we would love to have you there. I share free tutorials, all other sorts of tips and tricks. It's really kind of fun. I welcome you to come and join. Okay. Alrighty, we've got these all stamped now. I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on the back of each in a kind of a triangle shape. And then we'll get them put on to be looking like our sun on the front of our card. Dimensional papers, they follow you wherever you go, it seems. They never want to come right off in your hands, I'll tell you that. Straight into the trash can. Okay, anyway, here we go. So there's an idea for that one. And now this one. But I hope you find these easy, and if you love bright colors, then the Full of Life paper is definitely for you. It has many, many choices. You can see it in my online store. It has every color under the rainbow of the Stampin' Up! Color families. And I'd love it if you leave some positive feedback at the end of the video, or down in the comments after the video. You know what I mean. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done a video, so I apologize for all the little bloopers, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so now we've got these beautiful hey, hey, hey cards. Hey, hey, hey. And then I'm going to use some, okay, where did I put them? I'm going to use some iridescent pearls as my embellishment, and my take your pick tool with the putty tip, and just add a few of these to each card. I don't know why, I just love to have them kind of opposite each other, and I usually use 3. And even though that period on the hay is so big, I think just a little extra bling helps. But doing an odd number is a good idea. It just helps with the balance of your card. You can go to 5. 7 to me is a little much, but whatever floats your boat, go for it. That's what makes us all creative people. We try new things. And if you're planning on mailing these to a friend or a loved one, whoopsie daisy, oh, there it is. It's like, where'd it go? Make sure that you put a little layer of, like, oh gosh, cardstock, an embossed piece of paper, a really thin piece of an Amazon packing bag to cushion your pearls. And you can't have cards over 1/4 of an inch thick, or else they will cost extra. So what do you think? We've got 2 of each style. We've got 2 with the left side hay and 2 with the right side hay. What a fun set. And the saying hay set, I did not say, is a photopolymer stamp set with lots of great sayings. I've only used congrats and thanks and happy birthday so far in the cards that I've made, but I'll probably use some other ones too. Anyway, hope you had fun. You should try these stamp, ink, and paper cards. Have a great day.